welcome to ACTV News. I'm Janae Powers.
And I'm Ben Moman.
Today we're covering stories on homecoming weekend, including Greek runouts, and we also have an update on the bone marrow event and talk about the blood drive that happened here on campus. So, homecoming weekend is upon us.
Indeed,
Ben, what's going on later tonight?
Well, starting at 5 o'clock, we have the Walk of Fame over at Kane Student Center, where we will honor the 2014 Hall of Fame class. Now, at 7 o'clock, we have the IFC runouts. I'm a member of one of the fraternities on this campus. We actually just dance in the beginning at 7 o'clock, and then 45 minutes later, new members will declare what fraternity they are running out to. So it should be a fun evening tonight. Now, talk to us about what's happening on Saturday.
Well, Saturday's the big day that everybody's ready for. Starting off, we have the parade at 1 o'clock that features all the people in court and a lot of other organizations on campus. And also, tailgating takes place all day in the Marilot parking lot. That leads up to the big game at 5 o'clock, Bulldog football against Olivet College.
Now, last week we had Grandparents' Day where Tim Harkerode caught up with Troy Schmidley. Tim?
I'm Tim Harkerode, reporting for ACTV inside the production house here at Adrian College. Today I'm with Dean of Students Troy Schmidley on Grandparents' Day, which the inaugural day was a few days ago. Troy, tell me about how the event went.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. We had over 90 grandparents on campus. First time we've ever tried this. Great success. Grandparents from as far north as Mackinac and as far east as Cleveland, Ohio, and everywhere in between. So really great to have everyone on campus.
Now, Troy, tell me about some of the activities that were held on the Grandparents' Day.
Yeah, we had registration. Dr. Docking said hello to the grandparents. We had tours of campus that you could attend a class with your grandchild. Chapel service was held Wednesday. They were able to go through Ritchie and enjoy a meal with their grandchild. Go to their residence halls. We gave them a voucher for the bookstore, so it was a really good day.
Now, one more question, Troy. It seemed to be a huge success, but if you could improve on anything for the next year to come, what would you say that is?
Yeah, no, great opportunity to expand our services, maybe do some more tours. I have some actual classes designed for grandparents. My guess is it's going to get bigger and better, so we'll probably move it from the Hickman boardroom to the AT room. But yeah, just some options and opportunities to make it even better for next year.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank Dean of Students Troy Schmidley for the interview today. I'm Tim Harkerode for the ACTV. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tim. In other news, we have an update from the bone marrow event that happened on campus earlier. $1,157 were raised from the event, and also up to 25 people were able to register as potential donors for bone marrow.
Now, also on campus was the Adrian College blood drive hosted by the Red Cross Foundation. They're pleased to announce that over 90 of the 100 slots were filled, so also another great cause here at Adrian College's campus.
Absolutely.
So now we're going to send it over to Ellen Stanton with sports. Ellen?
Thanks, guys. This week in Bulldog sports, the men's golf team finished 4th in the 6th MIAA Jamboree that was hosted by Calvin. Senior Cameron McKee finished 3rd in the tournament, shooting just 1 over par. On Tuesday, September 30th, the women's soccer team battled to a 1-1 tie against St. Mary's. Senior Erin Whitey had the lone goal for the Bulldogs, making that her 5th goal of the season. Wednesday, the Bulldogs men's soccer team dropped a 2-0 decision to Albion. Stay tuned Saturday at noon to ACTV to watch your Bulldogs men's soccer team take on Olivet. Last night, the Division III Gold ACHA hockey team, the 3-time national champions, took on U of M in their season opener. The Bulldogs beat the Wolverines by a score of 6-3. A lot of action this homecoming weekend with the Bulldogs football team taking on Olivet at 5 p.m. at Docking Stadium. The game will be broadcasted through BCSN and will also be streamed through ACTV. Also this weekend, the Bulldogs women's volleyball team will be taking on Albion at 11 a.m. in the Marilot. As well as over at the Arrington Ice Arena, the ACHA Division I men's hockey team will be taking on Kent State at 2:30 p.m. As well as the women's ACHA Division I team will be taking on the Hamilton Hawks Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. The women's golf team will be hosting their 4th MIAA Jamboree at 1 p.m. on Saturday. The newest addition to sports here at Adrian College is the bass fishing team. I had the opportunity to sit down with Coach Seth Borton earlier this week.
The season will start, our season as far as, our inaugural season of competition will start as early as late March, probably more realistically because of weather conditions, April-ish. But obviously the earlier we fish, the further south we'll have to be just because of temperature-wise. But as far as the governing bodies that regulate the collegiate sport, which is mainly FLW, BASS, and the Cabela's Collegiate Boat Anglers series. Most of those, as far as FLW is concerned, we're pinned in the Northeast, which is, Michigan, Ohio, New York, Maryland, and kind of that eastern seaboard. So those tournaments tend to run a little bit later in the season, where the majority of that circuit, those three tournaments and the Invitational will run April through October. So at this point, I have 10 recruits that have been specifically recruited for the Adrian College bass fishing team. All those kids range probably from within an hour and a half to as far as 5 hours. The majority of my kids are, 2 are actually local kids. About 7 are up in the Lake St. Clair area, and then I have 1 from northern Michigan, 1 from southern Indiana, by Indianapolis, and then another 1 from southern Ohio. So 10 have been specifically recruited that are here as part of the team at this point. Expectation-wise, well, I'm highly excited based on some interaction and being able to get out on the water a few times with a lot of these guys, that I know they have the skill level to be able to compete with really anyone out there on the college scene. Being as competitive as I am, I mean, my expectations are extremely high in that, I feel like we should be able to get 1 or 2 teams qualified for hopefully the national championship event. So, starting out a first-year program, there's a lot of things and scenarios that you haven't crossed, or bridges that you haven't crossed, but just extremely confident that, these guys have what it takes to be able to compete at the highest level of the sport on the college scene.
Thanks, Alan. Well, that wraps it up for today. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to join us next week and every week for more ACTV news. I'm Janae Powers.
And I'm Ben Moman. Thanks for joining us.